Hey guys, this is Anna with Anna Travels. We are at the newly opened, reconstructed Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. It just reopened October 14th, which was yesterday, and we're just checking it out. We hear that, I'm not sure, I think they're still kind of in the middle of reconstructing. I think like the food court isn't finished, and I've heard there's a few sections that are still being worked on, but we're going to go see the X-Wing from the new movies, the new Star Wars movies, and just see what has changed. I haven't been to this museum since pre-COVID.
Oh, there's X-Wing.
Where? Oh, okay. So this is America by Air exhibit, which is I think this is a little bit new. I don't recognize. And sometimes they'll switch out exhibits because they have a lot more planes at the Udvar-hazy Center, which actually, if you have time, you should definitely go to the udvar-hazy Center out in Chantilly, which does house a lot more of the planes, and also that's where they actually do a lot of the reconstruction and of these planes. You can also see the SR-71 and the space shuttle. So we're gonna check it out a little bit more.
What kind of passenger?
Is she?
Not sure what to make of it all.
So one of the new draws is this X-Wing that was from one of the new Star Wars movies. I'm not sure which one. I believe it's supposed to be Poe's X-Wing? I don't know, because R2-D2, I don't know if I can really zoom in with this lens. You can see R2-D2 right there. So, who was R2 with? Well, he's with Rey, but anyways, I guess I'll have to look it up. I'm not really entirely sure who R2 is with. I really didn't really enjoy the newer movies, so I've only really watched like the last, what was it, Rise of Skywalker once, and the Last Jedi like 3 times, so yeah, but it's still pretty cool seeing this. And the Smithsonian has invited the 501st, the Star Wars costuming group, quite a few times to the movie premieres. And they're always amazing hosts, and it's so much fun. If I can find a clip of us at the museum in costume, I'll include it here. But if not, then no biggie, because usually I'm in costume and can't video. Here's the Spirit of St. Louis. Looks like this section isn't really finished yet. So you can see that the museum is quite... Yeah, you're right. My husband was commenting that it felt a little bit like there was less stuff, and he's right, because the whole section of the second floor is still closed, and a huge section of the first floor is still closed. So really, it's like half the museum that is open currently. Because I was like, where are the World War II planes? But it doesn't really look like, unless they're... I don't really think that they're open yet. I don't know, I guess we haven't been on the main floor that much, so we'll check it out real quick. One World Connected. So unfortunately, me and my husband are still recovering from the stomach flu. And so we're gonna go. But to be honest, the museum is kind of half open. This is really cool. I don't think I remember this section if it was in the previous museum. I really like these old style planes. I guess traditionally you think of air and space, you think of all airplanes, but they have some new exhibits, like Evil Knievel's. Richard Petty's car. Well, that's shocking. I was not expecting that Richard Petty's car to be in the Air and Space Museum. And then, of course, you have shopping. They have like these little kiosks every now and then. And then, of course, the actual store. So, because there's the X-Wing, there's a lot of Star Wars stuff. Shirts, National Smithsonian. What? Oh, really? Oh. To my right? She did? Got Spaceship Discovery merchandise. Little teddy bears. Really cute teddy bears, actually. NASA. This is actually really... It's a nice, filling... I bet you this is really expensive. Let's play a guess. Oh, I was gonna guess $80. I was way off. $120. That is really expensive. Rocket scientist mugs. Shot glasses. Oh, this is a nice heavy duty. Let's play a game. $48. $34. It's so cute. Is this one of those squishies? Oh no, it's called Little Huggies. That is really adorable.
There's a bunch over here too.
More space stuff. Some Wright Brothers stuff. We Can Do It, Rosie the Riveter section. We got Rosie the Riveter plushies even. Flak bait. Not sure the story about this, but pretty cool. The only American aircraft to survive 200 bombing missions during the Second World War. Here's the SR-71 stuff. It's one of my favorites. Look at that. That's pretty cool. We got models. We got die-cast models. Our book. We got pins. Mugs. Even a steel tumbler. Oh, that's really impressive. $30. So, like I mentioned before, me and my husband aren't feeling 100%, so we're going to cut this short. But because the museum is like half open, we really saw mostly half of it. We didn't go to the Wright Brothers, which is like over there, but we're pretty tired, so we're just going to go home. But if you want to visit the Smithsonian at this current time, you have to have a timed ticket. We were an hour late because the traffic was so bad on 95, and they just scanned it and let us in. So you get it from Smithsonian.com. If you look it up, you go to Smithsonian Air and Space Museum website, they'll say free time tickets. If you find a website that you have to pay for them, that's not a legit site. You do not have to pay for these tickets. So, but you have to have a ticket for every single member of your group, including infants. I had to have one for the baby. So I think it's to help them monitor how many bodies are in the building. But so far it's pretty cool. I just wish the museum was a little bit more complete. But like I mentioned before, the Udvar-hazy in Chantilly is the bigger museum out of the Air and Space Museums. So if you have time, if you're touring DC, definitely make a trip out because that one's impressive. And like I mentioned, it has SR-71, has a Space Shuttle Discovery, it has the Enola Gay is there sometimes. They switch it from here and there. So just you have to kind of look where the Enola Gay is, but most of the time it's at the Udvar-hazy. I do know that sometimes they do bring it here, and just tons of other planes. And also that's where they reconstruct the planes, and you actually can look down at the hangar and watch them, depending on the schedule. But you can see what planes they're working on. So
that's how we saw it first.
Oh yeah, we saw the X-wing months ago when they were reconstructing it because we glanced down and they were working on it. So definitely a fun trip, and definitely check it out if you're in DC. So anyways, like and subscribe. I'll see you in a future video. So take care, guys. If you want to eat at one of the food trucks, there's plenty of food trucks and the merchandise.